In Region 7, Cebu, SOVs from different precincts were obviously filled up by using one and the same typewriter. These supposedly different SOVs also sported the same handwriting in the entries. The election returns from Barili and Mandaue City also sported the same handwriting in the entries. The same is true for the election return from Medellin when matched against that of Barili. NBI handwriting experts, after scrutinizing most of the election returns from Cebu, revealed that 7 writing styles are identifiable in most of the election documents, implying that these Cebu election forms were filled out by only 7 people. Bangon Pilipinas poll watchers executed affidavits attesting to the electoral anomalies in Cebu. MCOCs from Barili, Toledo City, and Bogo were not in ballot boxes when they arrived at the provincial canvassing site. Instead, they were carried in unsealed bundles. The poll watchers were able to take footages of the said incidents of fraud. Still in Cebu, we zero in on the consistent and highly unusual pegging of votes of FPJ and GMA within a specific range. In all the 48 towns and component cities of the province, plus Cebu City itself, 99% of the votes for FPJ was consistently pegged below the 10% level of the votes he obtained, turnout versus registered voters. Meanwhile, 99% of the votes obtained by GMA was consistently above the 80% level. The following 2 illustrations show us how bizarre the statistics of the thieves are. In the town of Santa Fe, Cebu alone, 22% of total ballots cast contained no votes for a president, the probability of occurrence of which is 0.00072. This event is highly improbable in the context of a well-publicized and controversial campaign period. The suspicion of suppression of votes in Santa Fe can be generalized to the entire province of Cebu, where one will find that 15% or 218,693 voters did not vote for a president. Such highly unusual statistics for a presidential election shows that returns from the province of Cebu are tainted. In Region 8, Palompon, Leyte, Dagdag Bawas successfully worked in favor of GMA. The true and correct votes for GMA canvassed by the Municipal Board of Canvassers totaled only 11,460, but the COC reflected 17,192 votes, or a dagdag of 5,732. Meanwhile, votes for Fernando Poe Jr. were shaved by more than 5,000 votes, from 7,304 to 1,805. In the whole municipality of Palompon, Leyte, the Dagdag Bawas operation favoring GMA amounted to 11,231 votes. And in Mindanao, Region 9, Dagdag Bawas in Basilan. In the town of Sumisip, results reflected in the election returns do not match those reflected in the SOVs. FPJ votes were reduced by 8,966, while GMA votes were increased by 11,266. This is also the case in the town of Tipo-Tipo. FPJ votes were reduced by 7,495, while GMA votes were increased by 8,843. Ozamis City, precinct number 086-A had 294 registered voters, but only 196 actually voted. The total number of votes counted for the 5 presidential candidates, however, was 234. This is 73 votes more than who actually voted. In Region 12, Palimbang, Sultan Kudarat, dagdag bawas was done through erasures, which of course were not countersigned. In Precinct 1A, Barangay Poblacion, based on ER serial number 0280111103, Arroyo got 33 votes and FPJ 71. But in the statement of votes, FPJ 71 votes went to Arroyo, while the 33 votes of Arroyo were given to FPJ. In Precinct 2-A, Barangay Poblacion, based on ER serial number 02801076, GMA received 42 votes, while FPJ got 60 votes. In the SOV by precinct, FPJ 60 was transferred to GMA, while GMA's 42 was transferred to FPJ, minus 10 or only 32 votes. This is lipat boto, lipat dagdag, and lipat bawas. Through the operations in Palimbang, votes for FPJ were shaved by 3,920 at the municipal SOV-COC level, while GMA votes were padded by 6,263. In Region 12, Lanao del Norte, in the town of Munay, ERs reflect an FPJ vote of 1,921, while GMA votes were at 3,919. However, in the SOV and COC, 627 votes were shaved off from FPJ and 1,421 added to GMA. In the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao, no elections were held in the following 11 towns of Maguindanao. And yet, turnout of voters was very high, and GMA got 109,151 votes, or 98.71%. Still in ARMM, dagdag bawas in Wau, Lanao del Sur. Election returns show that GMA got only 3,816 votes, while FPJ got 7,647 votes. In the COC, however, GMA's votes were now 7,614, or an additional 3,798 votes, while FPJ's votes were altered to 4,967, or a total reduction of 2,647 votes. Also in Lanao del Sur, in the ERs from Taraca, FPJ received 2,668 votes, while GMA got only 1,322 votes. Figures in the COCs, however, showed additional votes of 4,023 to GMA, while FPJ's votes were reduced by 2,168.